Hello, friends. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another stream. We're here. We're hanging out, as per usual. This did make me laugh. Lounging, if we're being honest. Some might even say I'm splayed on the couch. I love that for you. I have not yet settled into goblin mode in my chair, but you bet by the end of the stream I will be crouched back with my blanket pulled up to my chin. I do still have my blanket on, but I'm not like swaddled in it yet. It was not too cold outside today, but for some reason inside my apartment it's just freezing. And I don't know why. So we do have Steeg here, and also a Crystal. Hello, friends. Playing WoW and hanging with Dio, but had to say hi. Well, welcome. Also, tell Dio I said hi. I'm moving again, same thing that happens every year. So you can see I've started packing up my books because those are the easiest things to pack early. Like, I don't need them right up until moving. So I'm getting those done. But moving is happening. Theoretically, taking boxes over throughout the week and then doing like the actual moving next weekend, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yay! Friendship. Yeah, let me know what you guys got going on. How's your week been? Crystal, I literally talked to yesterday, but still, let me know how it's going. I am moving one neighborhood over, so still in Philly, but like a 15-minute drive. Not far at all, but meaning me and Jacob, we just have too much space here. Like, I was explaining this to Crystal yesterday. The place we currently live is like an actual like house. It's a row home. So we have downstairs is like a big entry room and then like a living room situation and then a big kitchen, and then upstairs there's the bedroom, and this is technically a bedroom and everything. And we don't need this much space. So the place we're moving to is a like house that was split up into different apartments. So we have like the whole second floor, and it's still very large, but it's not too much. And it is quite a bit cheaper than this place. So that is great. We actually picked up the keys yesterday, which is fun. But I've decided that this move, I'm kind of just tired of lugging all of this stuff. So I've gone through and decluttered quite a lot. This upcoming Friday, you will see from me a book unhaul. Today I actually had a yard sale for said books and also the other things I've decluttered. Wasn't super successful, but I did have 2 customers and I made $8. Yeah. So I sold 2 books, and the people I sold them to were like super excited. Like, they seemed very into the books that they got. So I'm glad that at least happened. And then the rest of the books, I put up a Facebook Marketplace listing, but if no one bites in the next week, I'm just going to donate them. My local library is having a sale that they do every spring and fall, which I have gotten many a book at. But next weekend is the like drop off the books you don't want that will put in the book sale. So anything that doesn't sell on Facebook Marketplace, that is what I'll do. And it's supporting a good cause because we love our libraries, and it's a very scary time for them right now, facing defunding and other issues in America. So any support that I can give to my local library, I'm going to do. But that is nothing we need to talk about now. We don't have to get existential. Wish fulfillment for Stieg having everyone move to Norway. I think I would like Norway from what I've heard from you, Stieg, and also my friend Eric, who goes to Norway every summer with his family because they're Norwegian. I feel like Norway's a pretty sick place from what I've heard. Sat again, typing was too strenuous while splayed. Valid. And how exciting! Yes, thank you. I'm very excited for my $8. Might try and get a head start on tomorrow's writing, or today's goal, I guess, it being 4 minutes past midnight and all. I assume you're not working tomorrow, Stieg, and that's why you're here hanging out? Not that I'm complaining. You know I love when you come and hang out. You're such an amazing friend. But, like, it's pretty late for you. I understand that you don't often come to these streams. And we have a Katie! Hello! Speaking of Katies, my friend that I did the arts out with is named Katie. One of 3 million Katies in the state of Pennsylvania, because I feel like everyone in the state is every like female person is named Katie, whether it's short for Catherine or Caitlin. I feel like it's a pretty even split on that. And then every guy in this state is named Chris, Nick, or Zach. I swear. They're like so common. Yeah, everyone and their mother is Katie. Exactly. I think Norway would fit well with your mycelium-esque personality. Thank you. Tomorrow is my one Monday a month off, which means I get to attend a bar stream. Well, I'm happy to have you. Hopefully streams next week go well, because I don't know how like moving is going to affect like setting stuff up, but we theoretically have D&D and also my stream in the afternoon, so hopefully everything is set up by next Sunday. Okay, you get a Katie. You get a Katie. Listen, man, we know that I don't speak in a way that's conducive to being understood. Chris, Nick, or Zach, which, funnily enough, my friend Zach does have 2 brothers, and they are named Chris and Nick, which I think is hilarious because I've been saying that everyone is named Chris, Nick, or Zach since before I knew my friend Zach. I need a sip of water. I move every year. It's like slightly earlier every year because like leases last 12 months and you got to be out before the lease is up. So the lease here doesn't end until May 15th, but our new lease started yesterday, actually. So, yes, I am in fact moving again. One of these years, we're going to find a place that is a good size and a good price and, like, still fits enough that we don't have to move. Please. Please. I'm so tired of it. Exactly. Hydrate or dihydrate. Yeah. This past year, I feel like, has gone so fast. So much has happened. Norway, it's usual with 3 months' notice, and your lease is up on the last day of the 3rd month. Interesting. Yeah, so normally leases start on the 1st of the month if you're smart, but this place, they, instead of doing what's called prorating, where you would just pay for like a fraction of the month when you move in and then your lease actually starts on the 1st, they were just like, we'll just have it start on the 15th, and so the 15th is when your rent is due every month. The new place, we're doing the prorating, where technically this month started on the 12th, but like normally it'll be on the 1st. We just have this like little extra time. And we did have 60 days, so March 15th was when we had to let them know whether we were moving out or renewing our lease. So we do still technically have until the 15th of next month to be here, but we're just moving now because that's what's easiest. Hello, welcome. So yeah, now that y'all know all my business of what's going on, What's new with you guys? Any fun stuff? What is this about a referral link that StreamYard is recommending me? I'm No. It says share the StreamYard referral with your audience and earn $25 for every successful referral, while your viewers receive $10 in StreamYard credit to get started. I don't pay for StreamYard. I don't need to refer people. Can I make this go away? Oh god, no. Ew. There's like just a little message above where I can like post a comment and it won't go away. And that's stupid. Yeah, that's definitely new. I don't like it. I'm not going to be doing that. Something about the shrug emoji on its own is so powerful. I love that. Oh, yeah. Hopefully they don't have it up for long or they like move it somewhere else. They've been doing a lot of moving things into like other sections of the like interface and I hate it. Like just leave it alone. It works. It's fine. You don't got to be doing all this. I am ready to kind of hop into a sprint right away because I'm tired. And talking is making me more tired. Also, Jacob could get home at literally any second, and I don't want to deal with the sounds of him, like, getting into the house in the background of this because it's so loud when he's bringing his bike in. So, we're probably going to jump into a sprint quite soon. I think we're going to start with the pizza rat timer just so that I have enough time to do what I got to do. I will, of course, be doing the same thing I always do, which is my bullet journaling for the night and feeding my cats, both of them. They both get fed at about 7. Stieg is still writing the cowboy book, about halfway through the 5-point finale. At point 2, execution of the plan. About to move into the Hightower surprise. Oh, I love a good Hightower surprise. 77,650 words in the manuscript so far. Wow. That is a hefty word count. It's so exciting. I love this for you. Nothing new since Saturday for Crystal. Might do art stuff while I'm traveling in the game. Makes sense to me. There are sounds happening and I can't tell where they're coming from. Reading The One and Only Ivan. Very good book so far. I believe Violet really likes that book, if I'm remembering correctly. I've never read it, but I think that's one that she enjoyed. Pizza Rat. Yeah, I love the Pizza Rats. It does bother me a little bit that the like swaying of the rats is not in time with the seconds counting down, but it's fine. I'm just being nitpicky. Yeah, but for a first draft, my first drafts are like at most 60% of what the final word count is going to be, at least in the experience that I have with the 3 books that I finished. No idea how that's gonna carry on, but at least as far as things have happened for me now, if I wrote a 77,000 word draft, the final draft would be insane. I think I'm gonna read, even though I want to DNF it so bad, but alas, I'm pushing through so the catharsis of writing the review will slap fully. Honestly, you're so valid for that. I understand completely. Are you at least almost finished? Like, I hope you're nearing the end. I will also be reading after I do my journaling stuff. I finished my reread of An Ember in the Ashes this morning. So the next book I'll be picking up is A Lesson in Vengeance, if I can angle it so that there's no glare. It's a library book, so it's got the shiny plastic on it. So I'm very excited for this. It is a gothic, dark academia that is sapphic and I believe it might have trans rep. I think I've seen that somewhere. And also potentially witches. The cover, you can't tell because my camera sucks, but it's beautiful. It's got these like purple flowers with these vines and spider webs, and there's like a bug caught in the spider web here. Oh, stunning. I'm genuinely obsessed with this cover. Very excited to crack into this tonight. I love a good Hightower surprise too. It quietly puts my 100k first draft behind my back. You are an overwriter, Katie. I am an underwriter. This is something we've established. This is the one place where we like completely diverge. We are pretty much the same person in every other way. We are not the same person in terms of first draft word counts. And JC is here. Welcome. How's it going? And everyone else gets a hello as well. Let's be honest, my first, second, third, and fourth drafts are always over 100k, so. But you write fantasy. Fantasy is where you expect the high word counts. Not all of the things we've talked about are fantasy. Like, my books, not fantasy. The ones that I've published, which is insane to me. If you went back, like, 10 years to 16-year-old Mars and were like, first of all, your name is Mars, I would have been like, whoa. Second of all, you've published 3 books and they're all technically contemporary, I would not believe you. Only 30%? No! Ugh. Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed. I'm wishing for you to have the strength to carry on. Ooh, excited to hear this. I do very much trust your taste in books. I feel like I put all the ingredients in my first draft, though, just a matter of shaking the bag and seeing what falls out when I have shooketh it enough. That's fair. So I don't foresee that word count increasing significantly in revision. That makes sense. Watch me lie like a rug and end up with a 120k action cowboy book. Lie like a rug? I've never heard that phrase before, and I'm obsessed. I'm going to yoink that and insert that into my own vocabulary. I love that. That's so true, but in this one key path, we split so firmly apart. It's so funny. Yeah, you're also in the same boat where I feel like when we met through the internet, not met in real life, which, insane to say, was almost 5 years ago at this point. Absolutely wild. Like, I remember you being so firmly fantasy, and that was one of the things where I was like, hey, same. I feel this so hard. And now here you are, publishing a sports romance. 2 sports romances. Crazy. The Eccentric Raven, which I'm still obsessed with this name. It's the coolest little channel name. Is it a channel name if you don't make content? I don't know. Whatever. I think it's really fun. Is also an overwriter. I've been hard at work rewriting my 200k manuscript. At least I'm cutting a lot of scenes. Going to cut a lot this week. Wow. Yeah. Get those the scissors out. Snipping away. 200k. I can't imagine ever writing that much in one book. And JC is good. I'm also good. I'm tired, as you can see. Packing has been going on, and that is tiring. Honestly, the moral support will help me push through this terrible book. JC is also an overwriter, so problem always comes in cutting words down. I'm not an overwriter in terms of, like, scenes, but sometimes I get real wordy with my sentences. And I gotta learn how to make sentences shorter. I am whatever the middle of over and under writing is. I think you're just writing, Steeg. I think that's just called writing. Exactly. I did not know you made content. How did I miss that? Wow. You learn something new every day. I'm moving. Same thing I do every year because it's so hard to find a place that like is good. But the gist of it is this place is bigger than my partner and I need, so we found a place that is smaller, still very like spacious, but it's like the space that we need. It's not too much, and is thankfully quite a bit cheaper, which is always a good thing. Um, yeah, I haven't really talked about it, so you're not really missing out on much. It's just a thing that's happening, you know? I'm not doing any like special vlogs for it or whatever because I go through this every year. But yeah, I'm moving. Not far, just next neighborhood over, but still. That is what's going on. And now that I've been yapping, I think it is just about time to sprint. Yeah, it's like $400 cheaper a month, which is so good. It's so welcome in these times, in these challenging times. Yeah, let me actually prep the timer that I did not do. Add to stage, then click the correct layout. Oh, my shelves look so sad that there's no books in them. I moved all of the other books down to the lower shelves because I was scared that my bookshelves were going to fall over if all the books were on the top ones. So, really, all I've done is pack away my John Flanagan and Rick Riordan collections because they are the authors I own the most of. They both have a full shelf worth of books. Honestly, they could take up more than a shelf each. And then my TBR books and a few standard size hardcovers. So I've got these these bottom three on both bookcases are packed full of books that still need to be put in boxes. Yeah, definitely a good thing. So, like I said, we are doing the Pizza Rat timer. This is a chunky boy. You got almost an hour, so you have no excuses. You gotta get something done. You can get a little bit of a thing done, but it still has to be something done. So, get on it, and I will see you after the rats have done their little dance. Okay, friends, that was the end of our first sprint. How was that for you guys? I see we did have a friend join us, Green Ruled. Welcome. How's it going? What you got going on? I did, in fact, do most of my. Excuse me, I did not mean to yawn as soon as the sprint started. I did do most of my journaling, and then I fed the cats, and I also fed myself. I got ice cream. I wanted to show you the tarot card that I pulled, though, because I pull a tarot card every week. Hello! Did not do art, but I did play WoW. Entirely valid. Yeah, so the card that I pulled for this week is the Eight of Swords, and this guy looks so scared. Like, what is he doing? Why does he look terrified? Like, he's cute, but also he's like, he reminds me of the Simpsons meme that I'm in danger. That's what this card reminds me of, and I don't like it. So that's where I'm at. JC's working on her newsletter. Exciting. Crystal. This is very funny to me, though. Did in fact spend the entire sprint, still splayed, watching an episode and a half of Bones on season 8, episode 4 now. How many seasons are there? I know my mom liked Bones. She watched that. She's into all those kind of like procedural type shows. That's her vibe. Poor Tarot Buddy. Yeah. I feel bad for him. He's literally just sitting there trying to enjoy the flowers, and then there's just all these swords around him. No wonder he's scared. Still very cute. I love this deck. Got to page 144 out of 305. So powerful. This book is so bittersweet. A mix of lighthearted moments and some sadness. Did you say what book this is? Even if you did, I probably wouldn't remember. I don't know. While watching an episode of Chicago PD. Fair enough. My grandma is the one who likes all the Chicago shows, because there's PD, Fire, and Med, right? I think. And my grandma really likes those. And yes, now I remember you did say the one and only Ivan. I swear I have the memory of a walnut. So my bad. Props to making it to season 8. 12 seasons, and they're all those 24 episode-ish seasons that they did in the 2000s. That's so many episodes. Jacob referenced something from Game of Thrones. Was that this morning we were talking? Or last night? Something. And we had to look up when it happened. It was sometime in season 2. But, we didn't realize just how few episodes were in Game of Thrones until we looked it up. But those are longer episodes, so it makes sense. I, this morning, started season 2 of Mashal, which is a very funny and ridiculous anime. I finished season 1 yesterday, so I would recommend. It's very delightful. Worked on my first crochet wearable, a cardigan. Nice. Yes, the other Chicagos are Fire and Med, and apparently they're all amazing. Yeah, interesting cards are not the same as delightful cards. Sometimes I pull a card and I'm like, ooh, yes, I love these vibes. And other times I pull it and I'm like, this guy looks scared. Is Booth the guy played by the guy from Buffy? I have very, tangential knowledge of so many things. David? Is the actor's name David? I don't know. Decided to write the beginning of the review instead of reading as a reward, and then got boo as moral support. Understandable. Which I did write as mortal support, which I think is also accurate. Fair enough. Stronger human type person than Crystal. I think I got to 6. My heart just couldn't take it. And JC says I need to start watching Bones again. Okay. I am bad with faces. So a lot of times I'll see an actor, not that I watch a lot of live action stuff because I don't watch a lot of live action, but like I'll see an actor and be like, ugh, I think I know him, and I've either never seen him before in my life or I've seen him in like one episode of one show where he was in 3 scenes and that's it, and that's how I recognize him. I'm very good at recognizing voice actors. But real life people and their faces are not my thing. So I do really like watching a new anime and being like, oh my god, is that so and so actor? In Mashal, it was Patrick Sates, who is one of my favorite voice actors. I think he's phenomenal, and he's done some of my favorite characters in other shows. So I'm glad that he got to be in this one too. Thank you, friends. I'm glad you're all here for me and can supplement my knowledge. You ever pulled a card that you dislike so much that you're like, oh no, you're going back in the deck, I saw nothing? I don't know. I feel like I have to have at some point, seeing as I've been doing tarot sporadically for like almost 10 years at this point. But I can't think of any specific time I've done it. Definitely like in my early times. Oh my god, Chloe is crying at the door. Girly pup, you are not allowed in here. Ooh, I just found a piece of trash that I forgot I left on the side over there. I will have to bring that downstairs. David Boreanaz, I'm assuming is how it's pronounced, is also really good in the SEAL Team 6 show. I believe my mother also watches that one. Or watched. I don't know. I don't know what she's up to nowadays. He also does witchy stuff on TikTok, and I'm into it. Ooh, interesting. Cree Summer is also a phenomenal voice actress. I love her work so much. Also, who else do I love? Obviously, any of the Critical Role cast. But I am just a little bit biased because of their work in Critical Role. Grey Delisle, who you might know as Daphne from all the Scooby-Doo stuff. Obsessed with her. She's amazing. I love her. Keith Silverstein. He's amazing. Who else? I don't know. I'm blanking on names. But like there's a Chloe, I'm not letting you in. She's jumping at the door. Yeah. There's a lot of really good voice actors out there. There's so many voice actors out there. Putting the card back in the deck and pretending it didn't happen is such a mood. Blue just spent 10 minutes fluffing up all my blankets with his paws and then got off of the bed. Like, sir, if you're gonna make a little nest, lay in it, please, for the love of God. Anyway. Yeah, that's very pet behavior. She didn't hiss. She jumped at the doorknob, and so it was probably either like her claws catching the doorknob or the door rattling in the frame that you heard. She learned in our last apartment how to open doors because they were like the lever handles, so she could open doors. She can't open these doorknobs, but she sure can try. Chloe, I will come and hang out with you in a minute. I'm trying to talk to my friends. She's ridiculous. We spent the whole day together. Ooh, Stieg wrote a line. Cassidy approached the door, still with his gun raised, and slowly pushed it open. That's exactly what Chloe's trying to do. Yeah, she's too smart for her own good. I've adored Liam O'Brien since 2005. Illidan Stormrage is my in-game boyfriend. Is that a WoW character? My only knowledge of WoW comes from the same. Well, I mean, now besides you and Crystal, of course, but that's like more recent. Comes from Riley, this guy that Jacob and I used to live with, one of Jacob's friends. He was very into WoW and he was very into One Piece and not much else. But yeah, I recently watched Monster, which is a series, I think from like 2003, 2004 ish, sometime around then. But Liam voices the main guy, Dr. Tenma, and the villain is voiced by Keith Silverstein, who I've mentioned I love. Laura Bailey is also in it. She voices a little boy named Dieter. It's really good. If you enjoy like a not quite noir, but noir-esque mystery series with like a lot of tension and like cat and mouse kind of games, uh, highly recommend Monster. It's so good. The manga and the anime are both very good. The anime is a very faithful adaptation. And Liam O'Brien is in it. Chloe is that level of determination we all need in our lives. Yeah. Chloe is not one to let anything stop her. Not even a door. Chloe's like, what friends? I'm your only priority. Mm-hmm. I want to hang out with your friends too. She would be allowed to hang out if she didn't try to eat my microphone. If you go back and watch my streams from like, when did we get them? 2.5 years ago? When I let them in the room when I streamed, Chloe immediately tries to eat my microphone. I don't even want to know what it sounded like to you guys, but. Woo! I'm proud of myself for figuring that out from context clues. Very good. Highly recommend. Eat your microphone, sure, right. You're just silencing her. Trust me, I could not silence her if I wanted to. You hear how loud she is. Oh my gosh. Was it last night? I think she was. So our stairs up to the second floor, like they go up and then there's like a little landing and then you can either step up to one side to get to the bedroom or up to the other side to get to like the hallway where my office and the bathroom are. And she was on that little landing with her chin resting on the step up to the hallway, just screaming. And I'm like, hello? And then Jacob went into the bathroom and she followed him in there and just sat there screaming at him the entire time he was using the bathroom. She would not shut up yesterday. She's just lucky she's cute. Yeah. What do y'all say we get going on another sprint? Might be our last one because I think I want to do another pizza rat. I really did enjoy having the time. I don't think I'm going to get to reading during my stream because I just looked over and saw that I have an hour and 23 seconds left on this VOD. So even if we do a 55-55, that's not enough to finish the VOD, and I want to do that before I start reading. That's fine. I'll just read afterwards. I love reading right before bed. She's a big bean. You've seen her, Crystal. She's huge. Oh my god, though. A neighbor of ours, a couple of houses down, they have the tiniest little dog. She's like gremlin sized, and she's completely trained to not be on a leash, which like I have opinions about, but I won't share here. But she's this tiny little dog, and she's always got a bow in her hair to keep it out of her eyes. And she came by while my friend and I were having a yard sale, and like came and put her little paws on my lap, and I'm like, oh my god, the tiniest little baby. A big little bean. Yeah, that's Chloe. Chloe, who has never done anything wrong in her life. That is her full name. Yeah, I've got the Pizza Rats. They are back. So we're gonna get going on this. I will finish up my journal stuff and watch this VOD. Probably play on my phone a little bit if I'm being honest, because I need to have something to occupy my hands while I'm watching stuff. I need to fiddle with things. Yeah. Oh, that's not the layout I want. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna press play on this, and we will be back after the rats have their second pizza. Alrighty, friends. That was the end of our second and final, if we're being honest, sprint. I do in fact see a Michael. Hello, friend. How are you doing? It's a wild Michael. How have you been? What did I do that sprint? I did exactly what I said I was going to do, which was finish my journal stuff, continue watching this VOD, and I also kind of just dicked around on the internet a little bit, as one does. The eccentric Raven got to page 176 and then went off to cook dinner. Valid. I didn't really eat real food today. Today was I'm just going to snack all day and pretend that it's fine. Crystal played some WoW, talked to hubby, and now it's time to curl up and be a potato. I feel that I will be doing that as soon as I end the stream. I'm gonna go down. Well, first, actually, I think I'm gonna put my pajamas on, and then I'm gonna go downstairs and curl up in my chair and try and lure the cats in to snuggle with me. I feel like they're more willing to snuggle with me when I'm in my pink chair downstairs because they really like the blanket that I have on that chair. I have my cat, my Christmas cat blanket that RK Stumbling Bear actually sent to me. So the cats, for some reason, just adore that blanket. So Michael's doing good. Snacking all day is fine. I feel like snacking is like obviously any eating is good eating. Food is morally neutral and all that. But snacking all day would be fine if I had better snacks. Oh my god, why is my nose so itchy all of a sudden? Like if I was snacking on like a veggie or maybe I had like apple slices or something, but like I had a muffin and some chips and like some pretzels. Just very not the most nutritionally dense snacks. JC finished one episode of Chicago PD and then started another one. Valid. I just realized I can close out of this and then make this tab bigger, and then I don't have to squint to read the comments. Imagine that. A wild Michael who wanders from one old age home to another. That's really funny. 3.5k written of this review. Katie, you're only 30% into the book. This is going to be a 10k review. Dang. As an American, I spell pajamas with an A, but also I only call them pajamas if I'm like talking to people. In my own head, they're just PJs to me. See, I am a weirdo who really likes vegetables. We just don't have a ton in the house. Like, if I had a cucumber's a fruit. Technically, vegetables are a culinary term and not like a real thing, so I shouldn't even get into the whole fruit versus vegetable thing. We're gonna consider cucumber a vegetable. Like, if I had cucumber and salad dressing, I would eat nothing else all day. Or, like, honestly, any salad vegetable. Spinach, I will literally just eat spinach out of the bag. I love vegetables. Sounds like good snacks me post surgery. I've been told I should eat every 2 to 3 hours. So much snacking. Entirely understandable. Oh my gosh. To be fair, my day began with me eating cake for breakfast, but I had a healthy lunch. Good. I enjoy that for you. That's so nice. I have cake for breakfast on Fridays. Not every Friday, but most Fridays, because Fridays are grocery shopping days, and our grocery shop, the Acme that we go to, has, excuse me, like the little discount cake slices. The table is right next to the self checkout, and so we get those almost every week. And I say almost because I am very picky when it comes to food, and so I really only get it if it's yellow cake or white cake or funfetti, which is just a type of yellow cake. Um, so I don't always have it, but when they have my flavor, cake for breakfast. I'm having fun writing the review though. I've been keeping a horny jail tracker. I am so excited for this review, Katie. I know you're not gonna like share it publicly because that's not your vibe, but please share it within the Discord. Cucumbers and dressing are a vibe. I would live off of cucumbers if I could. I I think cucumbers might be my favorite vegetable. They're just, especially when you have like a nice crisp cucumber and you bite into it, it's just like a, oh, so good. Yeah, I I'm pickier when it comes to fruit because fruit tends to. I mean, vegetables have variations in texture as well, but I feel like fruit is more likely to have a variation in texture, especially berries. Like you could get a package of berries and every single one of them will have a different texture. And I am autistic, and sometimes it's in very stereotypical ways like that. So, um, yeah, fruit. I enjoy some fruits, but sometimes I'm like I can't eat it because of the texture. I know of the concept, but I have never had ants on a log as far as I am aware. Yes, celery with peanut butter on top. Oh, I do love celery. I love the like crunchy vegetables. Fuck raisins. Yeah, I used to eat raisins as a kid, but I don't like them anymore. Again, texture. Yeah, exactly. The flavor's okay, but the texture makes me shudder. Mhm. Funfetti is god tier. Uh-huh. Especially when you have the matching icing that has the little circle sprinkles. God tier. Just give me the damn grapes. Oh, wait, ants on a log got raisins? JC is a question for Katie. But what now? Are you talking about the horny jail counter? Yeah. Tracker, whatever. Where did I grow up? Michael, what did you think the ants were? That's such a funny sentence, both in and out of context. I'm gonna be saying that to myself for a couple of days. I can just feel it. That's what the ants are supposed to be. Ooh, cucumbers with a little salt and pepper on it? I'm not a big pepper fan. I know, like, pepper and peppers are, like, they're not the same thing. They're related, but, like, they have different, like, flavors and stuff. But I am allergic to peppers. And so, like, pepper itself kind of just gives me the ick. Peanut butter with celery is just peanut butter with celery. The depression version of ants on a log. Crystal is ruthless tonight. You've got a point. I always thought ants on a log was just celery with peanut butter on top. I wasn't a bright kid. Share it on the Discord probably if people want to read it and see my suffering. Katie, I watch Carrie Can Read and Reads with Rachel. I love listening to people complain about books they didn't like. Almost more than I like hearing people talk about books they like. Not quite. Like, I still prefer people to talk about books they liked because then people are reading books they liked, and I'm always happy for them. But, like, there's just something about a good rant session that I'm like, oh, yes, give it to me. Horny jail is basically anytime a character is out of pocket horny. Thoughts that are unwarranted. I swear it's raisins. I'm not trying to gaslight you. grew up in the Canadian Great Depression without even knowing it. Did y'all... I'm gonna sound like an ignorant American. I know you're like a separate country with a separate economy, but I feel like countries that are in similar geographical locations have similar like economic situations, right? Like obviously not the same. But like they gotta affect each other, right? Although I guess America kind of affects everywhere. So, huh, weird. I'm having thoughts and it's way too late for that to happen. I love Carrie and Rachel too. I'm channeling them in this review. They're so good. Yeah. I would ask if maybe raisins aren't popular in Canada, but Crystal is also Canadian, so I almost sounded stupid too. That's okay, Katie. We can be stupid Americans together. Okay. Okay. I want to ask questions, but I feel stupid when I ask questions. Also, though, like, I have my grandmother's Canadian. Like, she lived through all of that, so, like, I should know things. I can always just ask her to tell me what things were like. I've heard stories of her growing up, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Popular Halloween candy from old people. Interesting. We would get, like, the people who didn't want to hand out candy would hand out, like, pencils or quarters. I remember getting a lot of quarters for Halloween. Our brain jelly. We're connected. We're silly geese together. Exactly. There really is no unique experience because I also got raisins from old people. Yeah, yeah, I got raisins, but I don't think they were common. I don't know. It's been so long since I went trick or treating. Kind of miss it. Unfortunately, I don't think I look young enough that I could pass for a trick or treat age child. Hmm. Anyway, it is getting about time to go because we don't really have time for another sprint. Even though we're not quite at the 3 hour mark, I think it's close enough and we can call it. Raisins, school supplies, money, home baked goods. Y'all were getting home baked goods, and meanwhile, I got the little packet of pretzels that had like 5 pretzels max in it. What the heck? Me back in the day. Do I get to have ants on a log today? The genuine good kind? My mom back in the day. Not today, son. No ants for Michael. Just the log. Well, thank you all for showing up, hanging out. It's been a good time. Like I said earlier, I'm going to hopefully stream next week. I have plans to, but I am also moving next weekend. So hopefully the internet and everything happens and it's all set up correctly, especially because we have D&D scheduled tentatively for next Sunday. But I don't know. I will update in the Discord when things are happening. Oh yeah, Crystal streaming tomorrow, playing the new Dragon Age game. I'm very excited. I should put that on my to-do list so I don't forget. Just the stupid long story of my life. Oh, and I also missed this comment. 90s baby, what can I say? Though by the time I was 12, that was made a nope. That's true. You are, like... You're not a decade older than me. You're not that much older. But you are several years older. I don't know. Stieg is a decade older than me, because Stieg's a decade older than Katie, and Katie and I are the same age, I think. So many buttons, so many buttons. Thank you for showing up. It's been fun. Crystal's turning 35. Oh, so you are 8 years older than me. So you were born in actually 1990. Wild. I'm also a 90s baby. The century is unknown. Yes, thank you for hanging out. It's been lovely. I'm gonna push the button now if I can find it. Yeah, I will hopefully see you guys next week. If not, then almost for sure the week after. Bye!